Okay, so Brian's at his training, so that's super cool. And what am I doing? Sitting in the motorhome, chilling. Y'all know what this is? That's a bear whistle. That's just in case. Toot toot. Grizzly bears. So, I was just thinking and coughing. Tattoos. What is this? What are those? Well, they are. Well, there's actually I have a full back piece. It goes all the way around. But and this. So these though, and it's not finished. It's not even nearly finished. There's a lot of definition and detail incomplete. The ladybug is not quite. The dandelions are decent, and I've got sweet alyssum, comfrey, stinging nettles, dandelions, and so basically it is a compost tea recipe. So if you were to use these, and well, don't put little mischievous gnomes in your compost tea. So, but if you were to use all the plants in a compost tea recipe, which I studied through Elaine Ingham. She was a professor at the University of Oregon, and then through a series of events that were huge, involving the UN and Monsanto and lots of big stuff. But anyway, that's her story. She started her own school for teaching, and she used to be teaching at the university, and then she wasn't, so she started her own series of courses and classes, and I felt like she was very qualified to be a mentor. I respected and appreciated her approach, and her incorporation of KNF, Korean Natural Farming Principles and Techniques, are definitely at the foundation of a lot of her approaches. And then there's a class taught by a gentleman called Master Cho, and he's in Hawaii. Wish I'd gone to his class. That was something I did not accomplish. I did accomplish studying soil biology through Elaine Ingham. Her school's called the Soil Food Web. Okay, it was a little pricey, but I learned a lot. And I feel if I had known more when I started, if I'd had a stronger foundation in some of these techniques, then it would have gone differently. But anyway, I got certified. I passed in my top like 99%. I got an A and everything. Ooh, I did too. And so I got compost tea. These are the certifications that I got to compost. I'm certified in poo-poo stuff turned into soil, and how to make it into a tea. I always call it poo brew. So anyway, compost tea. And then I got certified in just the whole thing. It's called soil biology, life in the soil. The whole nutrient cycling thing, microorganisms, so many layers to the things that I studied. And then finally, microscopy. I'm using a microscope. So I then took a second course that was above and beyond to become a soil consultant. And then I took another course which gave you a certification and access to programs for doing soil analysis, and not the traditional standard types of soil analysis where you represent the NPKs, nitrogen, phosphorus, calcium, potassium. You got all your micronutrients, all the things, right? All the letters, all the things, magnesium, potassium. There's lots of things that are in soil, all of them. All the stuff on the periodic chart, all the little elements, they're all there, all the nutrients. And actually all of them are present in your clays, pebbles, sands, silts. They contain everything that your plant needs, readily available, not there. So what you need is a proper nutrient cycling and diversity. And so I would look at your drifting. Oh, hope this isn't too hard to follow. Look at a sample of your soil for what's alive, and what kind of diversity and what types of biomasses are present. And I have a microscope. It's kind of antiquated at this point. There's some fancy new ones. So dig one of those. A lot more compact, a lot more practical, and way better. And anyway, probably not going to happen. So anyway, would work in a motorhome. Actually, I could maintain a soil lab in the motorhome. Anyway, I didn't pay to continue my education with the school, and so I did lose access to the spreadsheets and the data entry place, which I could recreate to a certain degree. I'm confident with that. But I don't know. They got these magical microscopes that you don't have to worry about shaky hands, which don't seem to be as big of an issue anymore. That's originally why I had quit and walked away from using the microscopes, because my hands were couldn't hold the slides not very well. But that seems to be passing, but my vision is leaving me, and that's super distressing. You focus it to your point of vision, though, so there's a lot of advances in this, and there always have been some of those functions. But little curly cues, ooh, little curl. And so yeah, I've really been thinking about the microscope work and the stuff. I miss it. That's what my tattoos represent, a compost tea recipe. And I would love to share knowledge about soil compaction, like, trivia and facts. Like, people think the roots won't grow in hard soil. That's not true. Roots grow through concrete. Roots won't grow in anaerobic, meaning a lack of oxygen. So once you get below 100 parts per million of oxygen, then, and their compaction is like, chemo pills. Thank you, taking words. So once you get to be a certain point of compaction, roots can't grow because there's no oxygen. So it's unhealthy. And so they just don't want to do that. But roots can really grow deep, deep, deep. And actually, if you can adjust your nutrient cycling and your biology and diversity in your soil, you can reduce your water consumption by 70% within like the first 3 months. So it's pretty groovy. And you won't need any more amendments or foods or nutrients or repellents or any of those things, because the plant will do it all naturally and within its own system, and it will effectively take care of all of those pests and spores and whatnots that cause issues. They'll go, nope, figure it out. It creates its own frontline defense. It's got it covered. And that's a whole nother video. So anyway, drifted from the true topic. Tattoos. Oh, tattoo. So that's what these tattoos are. And I pussed out. I couldn't get them finished because, ow. So I have a full back piece as well. And this was my first tattoo. And there's some fake. So you see that? Negative, in the negative space? It's not really a tattoo. It's just where there isn't a tattoo, the negative space. And there's a Jerry Garcia. And over here, the negative space is a little bit of a Jolly Roger, a little bit of a Wild Child. And then a Grateful Dead Steely with the 13-point lightning bolt in your wings. And this was a gift from some friends that we were on this wild journey. And got the tattoo anyway. A nice parting gift. I have a full back piece. It's a whole nother conversation. So, peace, love. Brian will be back eventually. Take it easy.